What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to be diving into some Lions film. This is the Lions film room, and I'm glad you're here. Does that sound cool? Probably not. But in today's video, we're diving into the Lions film from the Jaguars game once again. You guys know I love to do this. And again, Wednesday, we usually start focusing on the upcoming team. But you know, for the Lions, like, let's think about the Lions schedule here. They don't practice until Wednesday, right? So for us, it's kind of like, all right, the first 2 days, we take a look back. We try to learn from the past game. Wednesday's kind of a little bit tweener. You get practice back. That's great. We get the update there. But then Thursday, Friday, you're really focusing on that next game. And then obviously Saturday's kind of like the chill day. And then Sunday, it's game day, right? Sunday's game day. So that's kind of what the league schedule looks like for us. And for me, you know, I'm always watching film of the past game, especially when we win. It's just so much more fun to watch the game. It's like, oh yeah, I love this. But in this scenario, I was focused on the defense once again because I felt like the defense took the biggest improvement. Now I'm going to watch the offense more, but something about this defense really just impressed me last game because I knew that this was not going to be the easiest task. It wasn't the hardest team, but it was not going to be easy. And they just went out and made it look really good. But one thing that kept standing out to me was that front seven, was that defensive line specifically. Here are the main points of this video, the main takeaways on why the defense looked much better. Number one, Penisini and Kearse are two major factors of this defense. If John Penisini can play like he's been playing, it is allowing the Detroit Lions to put him out there with Shelton, which is ultimately helping them stop the run, which is why I loved him so much in the draft. Kearse, his versatility. The Lions put him at edge, they put him in the inside. He's no liability anywhere. He can cover tight ends. You can do tons of different things with him. He's doing really good getting to the quarterback. Kearse's flexibility defensively gives offenses a lot of problems and will continue to give them problems now that we're seeing him, you know, fully into this rotation defensively. Number three, stopping the run early will allow these playmakers to make plays. If the Lions show that they are disciplined and they are willing to put the resources out there early to stop the run, it's going to allow Trey Flowers, Romeo, these guys to stand out. The Lions playing aggressive, bringing up secondary players, blitzing to stop the run, not to stop the pass, to stop the run. Blitzes to stop the run. It's the willingness to say, hey, we need to stop this run early, which allows them to make plays in the passing game, which sets up everything else. If you can stop the run, this defense has the talent to get to the quarterback, to make plays in the back end, which ultimately helps out the back end, which allows the Lions to bring 4 rushers, which looks like a blitz because they're disguising everything. The creativity is keys, but the Detroit Lions are bringing 4 rushers, dropping 7, helping out their back end, and now we're seeing the zone mixes, and the Lions need to continue to mix that up to confuse the offense, continue to mix up blitzes and stunts to confuse the offensive line, and it's just the creativity is what I'm starting to see, which I'm loving. But if they have the willingness and they put the effort to stop the run early and they get a team one-dimensional, because we know the Lions get off the hot starts, all of a sudden, this defense becomes way more dangerous and it becomes way more effective. And one player, to me, was a huge key in all of this and has been a huge key in this defensive line success. The different personnel packages that Matt Patricia seemed to put together in this game and just the way that they addressed stopping the run and the importance of stopping the run. And I'm going to showcase that in today's video. Just a whole bunch of different examples on certain players and how they're used, how well the line actually played. I told you guys Trey Flowers would be the best player defensively. And when I'm watching it back, I don't know if he was the best player, but he had his best game of the year, if you ask me. This was Trey Flowers' best game, in my opinion. And here's going to see, even when he's not making plays, he's still involved in a play. He's making plays on the ground. He's getting to the quarterback. Even taking out the strip sack, he still had a good game. So we're going to take a look at Trey Flowers as well. Romeo was doing his thing. And I just kind of want to show you guys all my little takeaways here. So the first clip we're going to show you is actually the first play of the game. This is the Lions' adjustment to stop the run, okay? The Lions wanted to stop the run. They made it a mission to go stop the run early in this football game, and that set the tone for everything else. See, the problem with the Lions has been, and we've talked about it, they can't stop the run. If you can't stop the run, you can't do anything else. And all of a sudden in this game, we see more Julian Okwara. We're seeing more linebacker blitzes. We're seeing the Lions bring more pressure, which we'll touch on. But you're seeing all these guys that maybe you didn't see a lot during the year. The reason you're seeing these guys is because the Lions were able to stop the run. And when you hold a running back to 2.4 yards per carry, that means most of the time on 2nd and 3rd down, it's 2nd and 3rd and long. So you're getting these pass rush packages, and it was huge, and you could just see the difference. I mean, the difference was night and day from this defense when they could stop the run. So the emphasis early was stop the run, take it away. And once they did that, everything else kind of just fell into place, and it looked like what the Lions' vision of this defense was going into the year. The vision of this defense, to me, was have good secondary play. You know, obviously stop the run. You brought in run stoppers. A little bit of pressure if you want to, but you can mainly use those linebackers, get your speed advantages to get to the quarterback. However, the problem has been you can't do the first step, which is stop the run, so nothing else even matters at this point because teams are just running all over us, and they can do whatever they want. You know, no one's becoming one-dimensional, but in this game, we made the Jaguars one-dimensional. For the first time, honestly, this year, we made a team one-dimensional. A solid offense we made one-dimensional, and there's a couple reasons for that. One, we got up big. And 2, we held the lead. But 3, just what we were able to do defensively, force him into passing football, and you'll see the success defensively against that later. But let's get right into this thing, man. Let's first touch on who I felt like is the key to a lot of the success that the Lions had against Jacksonville. And I feel like recently he's been getting really, really involved, and that is my guy right here. John Penisini. Okay, yes, I'm using like a little color thing. I love it. But this is John Penisini. Now, John Penisini is getting more and more involved as the games go on. And in this game against Jacksonville, he was very, very involved. Now, when we selected him, I was hyped. I said, this is the Lions' best draft pick. I believe that was even the title of the video. You can go back and check if you want to make sure. But I believe I said John Penisini was the Lions' best draft pick. I just love the value. Me looking at him as a top 10 defensive lineman, or defensive tackle, I should say, / nose tackle, to get him as late as we did, I felt like it was awesome. And what we're seeing now is that he's getting more and more involved. Unfortunately, we don't get to see Sean Cornell, but we're seeing John Penisini super, super involved recently. And that has been a huge key to the Lions slowing down the run game, because what they're able to do, because John Penisini is playing so well early, and he's still getting a little bit of push in the pass rush, is they're putting him and this man right here, Danny Shelton, on the field at the same time. So you're putting 2 big run stuffers. This is basically 700 pounds. This is 700 pounds of defensive linemen between 2 guys, right? That's run stuffers. But with that, now they have these 2 guys in the field. You're going to see actually sometimes where they line up basically looking like a 4-3. This one kind of is if Trey Flowers was down in the dirt, but he's not. But now you see Nick Williams over here, and you have Trey Flowers out here who's using his athletic ability to play on the outside. And he did a much better job. Last week against the Saints, we talked about how the contain was not there. When anything would cut back, there was just no one there. And also Jamie Collins, who played a really good game. He was shedding blocks, making plays. He was just all over the field. So let's take a look at this first play. Let's run through it, and you guys can see what I'm really talking about here, okay? So let's get into it. Watch John Penisini here. You can see the push. They tried the stretch run play. This has been a huge problem, and I was like, hey, if I'm an opponent of the Lions, I'm stretch running all the time. And the first time they do it to the Lions, what do the Lions do? Okay, there's a couple ways to stop the stretch. We talked about it. You have to be aggressive, and you have to fill your lanes. You can see everything here. The contain, look at what the Lions are doing defensively here. Everything is working. All right, look at this. All right, so you have the contain. That is a terrible arrow. I'm not even pointing to the right guy. It's the contain from Trey Flowers, right? He's on the back end. He's doing his thing. Everybody is filling their gaps and responsibilities. And then you have the aggressiveness. Okay, you have your secondary Okuda, who's playing aggressive. You have your guy Tavai playing aggressive. And you have Jamie here for basically a cutback. Everybody's doing their job. And the aggressiveness early was important because that's where the Lions were lacking up to this point. They were playing faster, right? We talked about playing faster. They're playing faster here to start it. So stretch run to pop it off, and look how it works for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Look how this play results for the Jaguars. And it's just nothing there. John Penisini just runs over his lineman, and they make the play in the backfield. Nothing going. That's the first play of the game. That is a huge difference from what we saw literally all year against the stretch. That is the first play of the game. Now, watch this second play, all right? 2 guys to keep an eye on here. Boom, once again, Jamie Collins and Trey Flowers. These guys combined are getting paid at max $120 million, right? I mean, Trey Flowers is a $90 million man. This man got paid 3 years, $30. You have $120 million between these 2 players. They need to ball. And that's what you see here. You see both of them ball. You're going to see Jamie Collins just completely make a linebacker whiff. And then you're going to see Trey Flowers who starts on the edge, get back into play, and make a big play on the ball. This is what you need from your players. When we say players got to play, this is what we mean. $120 million has to show up. And they showed up in this game. Watch them show up here early. All right, this is what we're going to see. And you need to have this. This is what we need to have consistently. These are your leaders. These are your former Patriots. These are your leaders. Collins makes the lineman miss. Trey Flowers is there to get off the lineman, getting help. Boom, you bring him down for nothing, right? That's huge. That's what they need to do. Once again, $90 million man, okay? This is who you paid. Trey Flowers. Watch him. Shed the block. But again, look at how Lions are playing the stretch. Everybody's filling their lane. Everybody's filling their lane. Let me go back a little bit here. Again, look at the personnel. The difference is Penisini has done so well that they're able to put 2 big run stuffers inside here. And sometimes Shelton will even go on the outside. So you have your 2 big run stuffers filling their lanes, clogging that. Then you have the aggressive safety approach, which is Tracy Walker getting into the box. Sometimes it's Kearse. And then you have Trey Flowers who needs to win this one-on-one. And then again, you have the backside contain and Christian Jones. And it's just working. Like they're doing their job in this game. I did not mean to draw that circle. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm still getting used to this thing. But watch this play. Okay, look, everybody's filling their gaps, and Trey Flowers gets off, puts his shoulder into his stomach or his chest, and he makes the big play. This is one that I just want to show because I thought it was cool. Watch Jeffrey Okudah here, basically playing linebacker. What they did was they put Laviska Shenault in motion, they put him at running back. You're thinking, okay, we got a mismatch. We got Okudah basically trying to play linebacker against the receiver. That's not going to work. But here we go. The secondary ability to tackle. Okay, this is who the Lions bring in. They bring cornerbacks that can tackle for a reason. Watch this play by Okudah. This is supposed to be a mismatch. Again, good job by the front four getting his hands on him. Then Okudah comes up, bop, just sticks him. Sticks him, man. Stood him up. Big play. I mean, that guy, it was a heck of a play from a lot of these players. They were going out and balling in this game. Let me see what this one is. Okay, this one is, okay, here's Kearse. Now, this is another big key to the Lions' success recently. And it's not letting me pause. This is, I've got to go back. This is another big key to the Lions' success is our man right here, and that is Kearse. Kearse has been really big for us in the last 2 weeks. Now, he only played about 10 snaps against the Saints, but we saw him super involved here against the Jaguars. And in this play, what you're going to see is the Lions are going to bring, they do a lot of stunts. They're doing a lot of stunts, which is cool to see, and we'll see more of those later. But you're going to see here, J-Ron, they're going to bring him on the blitz. All right, they're going to try to shut down the middle, where if it's a run, he'll be there to make the play. And Kearse is the problem because he's 6'4". He can cover tight ends, which, as you can see, he's actually lined up across here. So it kind of, gives you the thought that, okay, he's just going to drop back coverage because he does. This time he doesn't. But he can cover tight ends. He's 6'4". He's got the athletic ability to technically line up with a receiver, and he's no liability to tackle. And his long arm, reach is that when you get in his face, it's hard for Minshew to see. We'll see later that he throws the pass way too high because he's in his face, and it's like, okay, I can't see a dang thing with this big dude. Kearse has been like that big weapon for us, at least last week against Jacksonville. We'll see if that can continue. So watch him here. They set him on the blitz. They're going to stun him inside. And boom, and with the Lions bringing Tavai as well, it leaves him a free rusher. And unfortunately, the coverage wasn't perfect. We had to get out of the ball hands for quick. Unfortunately, it was a good enough throw. Coverage wasn't perfect. But again, you're going to see the Lions try different things. And honestly, that's what it's really about. Here, watch Nick Williams on this play. All right, here, you can just tell by the personnel what kind of play it is. And that's what's so big because Lions have been stopping the run. Look who's not on the field. All right, look who's not there. Where's John Penisini? He's not there. Why? Because it's a passing down. So instead, now you have your inside guys, Danny Shelton, and you have Nick Williams. And this is what Nick Williams is supposed to do. This is where your pass rushers, your specialists are supposed to come into play. Watch Nick Williams. Just runs through the offensive lineman. It forces Minshew to kind of throw off his back foot, overthrows it incomplete. When he had Tavai on a linebacker, which is Tavai on a tight end, which is probably a mismatch. It's probably a mismatch looking at that play. Here you're going to see Trey Flowers and Romeo just what you want, this is what you need them to do, to be honest with you. This is what you need them to do. Trey Flowers, quick move, gets by him, stumbles a little bit. Romeo Cora burns his man off the edge, and just, there's no blitz here. This is four defenders, but they're making plays. And you can just tell, okay, they're pinning their ears back. They're not worried about the run anymore because this is a play where it's a pass. It has to be a pass, one-dimensional. Okay, let's just get to the quarterback. Don't have to worry about or contain. Go get him. And look at them go get him. I mean, they get right after him. They force a high pass. And it looked like a blitz initially. It wasn't. It wasn't even a blitz. That's what's huge. Now you're going to see the young man, Julian Okwara, a guy that we haven't seen a ton of because we haven't got them in pass rush situations. You're going to see more of these guys if the Lions can find a way to stop the run. And since they did, you see these guys come out. You see Julian Okwara. You see the speed. Watch Julian Okwara using that speed. And we're going to see him involved in some plays in this game. But, that's what he is. He's a pass rusher. And again, you can just kind of feel that Gardner Minshew seems a little uncomfortable. The stunts, the Lions continue to run stunts. He just seems a little uncomfortable with this pass. Sails it, incomplete. It's good coverage in the back end. And the coverage was good. But what the Lions were able to do here is, it looked like they blitzed a ton. They did early to stop the run. But once they got them into a position where they grabbed the lead, they forced them to make sure they had a pass. And the defensive line and linebackers were able to step up and get stops in the run game. They were able to just bring 4 on passing downs and drop 7. And that's what the Lions want to do. They want to drop 7. Especially when you have, a lot of cornerbacks out, you're dropping 7 against 3 to 4 receivers. That's a huge advantage to the defense. Romeo Cora. Again, Trey Flowers getting in the back end a little bit here. A little late. Romeo gets some pressure. This is 4 guys. Makes a good throw. And then the Lions go up and make the tackle. And that's really all you can ask for. Again, Trey Flowers getting in his face. This is one I want to show you because I think this is one of the coolest things I've seen. This is one of those cool blitzes that you don't really see if you just see it on TV. But when you watch it back, it's like, oh, snap. All right, watch this play, and you tell me if you guys have seen something cool like this before. Watch a Romeo Cora here. Again, look at Kearse coming in because, again, they're going to try to make it so it's unblockable. Kearse, they can put him everywhere. But watch Romeo. So you can see he's lined up here. And he kind of backs off like Trey Flowers earlier. Remember when he kind of just drops and contain? You'll see it maybe later, actually, in this game. He drops off right now. It looks like, okay, he's just dropping into coverage. Then all of a sudden, because of that, this right tackle says, all right, he's leaving. I'm going to go help out here. Once he goes to help, watch it. Here goes Romeo. Romeo unblocked. Now, he doesn't make the tackle. He's got to finish that off. You can see Jamie's there to spy. That should have been a sack. But just the creativity there, it was like, okay, you like to see the creativity. You like to see them do something just a little bit different. And as we saw there, now I just want to show you the coverage downfield on these plays. Because while the defensive line deserves credit for stepping up, look at the coverage on this play. I mean, there's nothing open. Lions take everything back because what they're doing is they're bringing, they're dropping about 7 guys into coverage. there's nowhere to go. They have to go underneath, and then the Lions making plays. Kearse, boom, big hit. He was scared to catch that. But don't tell me any otherwise. He was scared to catch it. Now, here's the big play. Trey Flowers on the edge. Watch him get the strip sack. We know about this play. Bull rush, forcing him back inside. Doesn't allow the lineman to push him out of the play. Gets the strip sack. Heck of a play, right? Now, let's look at the back end coverage on the same play. He winds it up. He was going to take the shot one-on-one down here. Okay? You're going to see him go. He's going to take this shot. He's going one-on-one against Okudah. Watch how big of a rush the Lions bring here. They show 5, they bring 4. This is a 4-man rush with 7 dropping into coverage again. It's 4 against 7. And they show only 4. But this is where your big money man has to show up. And this is where he does. He's got the confidence. He's pinning his ears back. He knows the passing down. And he's loading up the throw. If he throws this pass, I guarantee you this is a pick. Because this one is going to be thrown up in the air. You have this safety. I circled the wrong one. He's coming over. You have Okudah, who already has good position. This is probably going to be a pick. Right? I mean, it's all about stopping the run, and it leads to big things for this Lions defense. If we can stop the run, it leads to huge things. Trey Flowers, I know some people don't like it when he drops, but it actually isn't a bad idea always, because look how he's lined up here. This is Trey Flowers. This dude's a big dude. But earlier, we saw what they did with Romeo, right? They had him sit, and he kind of left, and he came. This time, it's like, okay, now I have to respect that. Is he going to come? Is he going to come? He doesn't come. He just stays in coverage. So now you're only bringing, again, 4 guys. You have Jamie coming, and boom, Trey Flowers is there to make a big hit, right? It's the Lions mixing up things, keeping the offense confused, and we heard Gardner Minshew talk about it. He said they did a great job of disguising things, coverages, blitzes. I didn't know when they were coming. And you honestly don't know from watching the film when it's coming. But what you can tell is what down it usually is based on the personnel packages on the field. You can tell what downs are passing downs, when they're forced to pass it. Right? This is a passing down. I think this is actually a 3rd down. You can just tell that alone by how the Lions have their personnel lined up. And again, another stunt here. You get Romeo inside. You force a quick little pass outside. And Okudah gets down, pushes them out of bounds. It brings up a 4th down. Again, another passing down. Lions bring their linebackers. They bring a long stunt over the inside. You got an unblocked Romeo. And Amani has great coverage. Force him to maybe get out of hands a little quick. Maybe think about it too much. And boom, it's incomplete. And that's what the game was all about. It's about the Lions stopping the run first. And now this one I just want to show you because just look at our big man in here. All right, look what we got in here. We got Danny Shelton and John Penisini. Look at these dudes pushing the pile, man. Look at these big dudes. That's 700 pounds, man. They're just running over people. They have no idea what's going on. They're not pass rushers, but they're just pushing, man. They're just pushing people over. It's so funny to watch. Oh, man. It's great. Again, 4-man rush. These aren't blitzes late in the game. It looks like blitzes because the Lions are forcing them to get uncomfortable because you're allowing these guys that you paid to get to the quarterback to just say, okay, that's all we have to worry about because we used the blitzes early to stop the run. Now he doesn't know when the blitz is coming. Well, when's the blitz coming? I have no idea. When are they dropping the zone? A lot of times they did drop in the zone on 3rd down. When's that coming? I have no idea. He can't guess anything because the Lions are disguising things really well here. And this one, that shouldn't have been. I mean, you got to make the play in the back end, right? You just got to make the play. Trey Flowers gets some pressure. You got to make the play. Again, look at just the different bodies that are getting thrown at. Every play is just something different. Every play, another stunt. Boom, they're getting Romeo untouched. Then you bring Kearse off the edge. Kearse coming off the edge like I talked about. He gets his big hand up there. Look at this ball just kind of float almost over his head. Floats up there, and the Lions are able to go down and make a tackle. Jared Davis pushes him out of bounds, gain of 2, and he forces a fumble. Again, Trey Flowers, one-on-one. This is what you pay him to do. This is what he has to do. And if we can stop the run, even Trey Flowers is the guy to say this, remember, right? He knows that he can stop the run. Now look at him. He's just having fun. It's early downs, early game. When you don't know if the run's coming, Lions will mix in Shelton and Penisini, right? You'll see both of those. There's actually one play that I do want to pause here. Boom, right here. Okay, let me pause this play. Now, Matt Patricia has said that he's going to play to his strengths, of the team. And right where we see here, this is a 4-lineman set. This is a 4-3. This is a 4-3. All right, this is a 4-3 defense. You have 1, you got 2, you got 3, you got 4. You got Jones on the edge, and you have your 3 linebackers, right? These 3 linebackers. That's a 4-3 defense. That's what the Lions are doing there. You can see them mix that in, and they're not afraid to do it, which is great, which is awesome because, again, he's playing to his strengths. And, again, when you're up 21 and they're forced to pass, you get different sets. You don't have John Penisini out there as much, but now you're getting Nick Williams, Trey Flowers. You're getting your Danny Shelton sometimes. You're getting Romeo Cora, Julian Okora. You're getting these rushers, then you're getting linebackers to come blitz. That's what the problem is that when you can stop the run, it sets up everything else. And when we can stop the run, and if the Lions can do that, I don't know why I circled him twice. But if the Lions can stop the run, can put an emphasis towards doing that early, and they can get a team to one-dimensional, they have the talent to make big plays. They have the talent to do this. They just need to stop the run first and foremost. And then we see these big money guys look like, oh, wait, that's why we paid him money. That's why we paid him $90 million. Because he's supposed to win one-on-ones. You pay the guy money to do his job at a higher level than everybody else. You pay him 90 because you're expecting him to beat out that tackle. Well, if you get him in pass rush situations where it's me against tackle, that's my responsibility is beat him, that's when Trey Flowers all of a sudden looks like, oh, he might have been worth the money. All right, guys, well, the end actually cut off. But that's it for the video, man. I hope the Lions keep this aggressiveness up, and hopefully we see this defense continue to be successful. It's going to be a big test against Atlanta, who we know they have weapons and they can put up points. But it should be super fun. Thank you, Prime, for watching. Let me know anything else you guys want to see me break down, and I'm out. Wait. Thank you, Prime, for watching, and I'm out. Are you kidding me right now? I had to put my helmet on for this one. Are you kidding? Look at this. Look at all these members. What? Yo, hey, shout out to all the members, man. Look how many All-Pro members there are. Like, literally, it's the whole screen, dog. This is crazy. The patrons, of course, the Hall of Fame members, man. Y'all got the gold color. It's kind of yellow, but it's supposed to be gold. Shout out to all the members, man. If you want to be a part of this, all you got to do is join the channel. But there are perks that come with it. Stay locked in the community tab if you are a member, because that's where a lot of information comes out. I appreciate all of you. What?